स्वागत करते हैं जी एक बार फिर आप सब ਦਾ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ। ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਟੈਮੀ ਲਿਨ ਮੈਕਨੈਬ ਨਾਲ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਦੱਸਣਗੇ ਕਿ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਔਮਨ ਡੇ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਵੱਖਰੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਮਨਾ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। 4 ਮਾਰਚ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦਾ ਆਯੋਜਨ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਜਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿ ਵੱਖਰੇ ਵੱਖਰੇ ਸਪੀਕਰਸ ਆ ਕੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਨਗੇ ਕਿ ਕਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਔਰਤਾਂ ਦੀ ਇੰਪਾਵਰਮੈਂਟ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ। ਟੁਡੇਜ਼ ਮਾਡਰਨ ਔਮਨ ਆਫ ਫੇਥ ਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਜੋ ਹੈ 4 ਮਾਰਚ ਨੂੰ ਹੋਣ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਆਓ ਇਸ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੇ ਆ ਟੈਮੀ ਲਿਨ ਤੋਂ। Welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me again.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
So it's again that time of the year when you're going to celebrate the International Day of the Women.
Yes.
Over the years, with your experience talking to women, being modern women of faith, what are you finding? You know, like what kind of empowerment is being seen? What kind of awakening is being seen? And why these kind of events are being organized?
You know, I think the main reason why we do today's Modern Women of Faith is to bring women in our community of all diverse ethnic backgrounds into one common place. And so we all are women of some faith background,
right.
But we're open to other women of other faiths as well. And we're not intimidated. If I'm a Christian and my next door neighbor is Buddhist, which they are,
right.
I embrace them and they embrace me, and I'm not worried about them trying to make me Buddhist or me trying to make them Christian, and it's
right.
about unity for women.
When we talk about faith as such, in today's world, it's a fast-paced life. Everybody is trying to be living their life the way they want. When it
Sure.
comes to faith, you know, faith has some boundaries which one
Absolutely.
has to follow. And it's great, you know, whatever faith you believe in, whatever is being told to you, you should follow that. But when it comes to faith as such, Tammy, don't you feel that people are turning a little bit back from faith and they don't want to be categorized as a Christian or a Buddhist or a Sikh or a Hindu? That spirituality, you know, I'm a spiritual being. That's what the word I'm hearing from the youngsters these days. What has been your observation about it?
Well, certainly I think there is a decline in many communities, and faith, Christian being one of them as well. And what we're trying to do with our organization is to bring, for me, my Bible into modern terms. And
right.
so it's re-educating our children in a way amongst our faith that we talk about sexting on the internet and texting, and there's a lot of major issues we have with our children and our teens,
Right.
and we try to go about it from a modern perspective. But at the end of the day, I don't think that you can be wishy-washy when it comes to faith. I mean, the Bible is the Bible, the Quran is the Quran, and our faith is our faith, and
Right.
it's historic and it has lots of roots, and I think that either you're in or you're out. There's really no being lukewarm at the end of the day.
That's right. Well, again, with the changing times now, when we talk about faith, you know, one should be proud of one's faith because the faith is a guiding, you know, path to you for a better, happier life. But many times we find that faith just restricts to you to the theories only. When it comes to practice, we run away from that. So as modern women of faith, what do you feel? How to imbibe those theories into our daily lives? This is what our children want today. They
Sure.
want logic behind what is being said. Gone are the times when, you know, during our time when our parents used to say this, we used to say that yes to everything. Today that youngsters want that answer for what you are being told
Sure.
to do.
Yes.
So how do you think that perspective can be brought in forward, and how can events like this, which you are organizing on March the 4th, be helpful?
You know, I think that children want to be told what to do. I really do. They want to know what their boundaries are. They will test their boundaries. One of the things my husband said to my children the other day, especially to my son, is, you know, he was texting with friends and there was conversations that weren't maybe appropriate, especially for him being a Christian boy, and it was coming from his friends. And my husband said to him, of course, you know, your God wouldn't be happy with you being a part of these conversations, but just imagine your mom being beside you and reading those text messages, how would you
Right.
feel? And so I think that children want to be guided in the right way, and we as parents, you know, we're liberal. I think more liberal than our parents were, but at the end of the day, I think there's black and there's white, and there really isn't any gray. Do you know
Right.
what I mean? So together with women, we talk about all these different topics of things that are affecting us, our families, our children,
Right.
us as women in our workplace. And through these conversations, we come to provide maybe some resolution or some answers.
That's a good you know, point what you have brought forward, because if I talk to my child about adultery as such, you know, probably he might not understand. But yes, if that perspective is brought where like your husband talked about, if the mother is there, so probably the child would understand. So we have to incorporate ways to make them understand what is good for them or what is not right for
You know
them.
what's really scary to me is what is normal
Right.
nowadays. I think the kids see certain things that are normal to them, whether they're seeing it on the internet or they're hearing it amongst their friends, and that alarms me more than anything. So I don't know, I think a lot of people have to kind of get back to basics in their faith.
And here comes the point that a woman plays a very dominant role, because she's the one who is going to, be a foundation for the family.
Yes.
If she's strong, the child will be strong, the parents will be strong, the husband will be strong, the entire family will be strong. So on March the 4th now, you're going to celebrate International Women's Day. It's a great event. You take this initiative. It's the second year you are organizing this. Tell us a little bit about it. Where it's going to be held? What is the focus of today's, this year's event, and who all is going to speak?
Sure. So we have our conference at the Chandos Pattison Auditorium in Surrey. It is our second year. Last year we had over 400 women from coast to coast as far as Nova Scotia, women from the UK, Alberta, lots of course from our BC area. This year we have an organization involved called Global Aid Network, and they're flying in a speaker from India. Her name is Lorraine Francis, and she heads up a charity called Mukti Missions, and it is a women's and children's charity out of India. What I like about this charity and about the event this year is that I believe in being charitable and taking care of situations in your own backyard. There are lots of families in need, certainly in our Surrey area, and we do a lot of charity work locally. But also in third world countries, we can't forget about those who can't take care of themselves. And so this organization has a very powerful message. It's all about women and children, and therefore we support it. And so we're very excited to have her flying in from India to see us.
That's wonderful. And of course, there must be other speakers also.
We have 7 speakers in total. We have nutritionists talking about why your body is a temple and why you should be taking care of it. We have women talking about abolishing slavery locally in our own countries. Lots of really powerful speakers this year.
A lot of phobias are going around these days. People people have many ifs and buts about others. We don't integrate, we don't spend time with each other, and then we come to conclusions about many things. So in today's time, again, events like this, what role they can play in disseminating the right kind of information, and how do you feel the last year's experience, what you had, will continue and bring about kind of a positive change in the society as such?
Harmony, for sure. I think a great example I'm going to give you is what we try to talk about is don't be afraid of the unknown, or don't be afraid of what is not normal for you. When I had new neighbors moving in next door to me, there was large, loud chanting going on next door with these brand new neighbors. And I remember I opened the door for a friend of mine. It was my daughter's best friend from her Christian school. And the mother was shocked by this chanting next door, which to her sounded maybe demonic. And so instead of being afraid of that, I brought over a wonderful meal for my next door neighbors, and I'd asked them what they were doing, and they were Buddhist, and they were welcoming and cleansing their new space. And I think that if you're afraid of something, you should ask questions, and then getting answers will make you less afraid and less inclined to criticize others. So harmony is really important. And if we as mothers teach tolerance and patience within our families, we'll raise a generation of children who will do the exact same.
Wonderful. If anybody wants to attend this event, where can they get more information?
They can get their tickets and information at www.todaysmodernfaith.com.
Wonderful. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you, and best wishes.
Thank you as always.
Welcome. ਅੱਜ ਜੋ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਟੈਰੀ ਲਿਨ ਮੈਕਨਿਬ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ 4 ਮਾਰਚ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਮਾਡਰਨ ਵੂਮਨ ਆਫ ਫੇਥ ਦਾ, ਇਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਸਪੀਕਰ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ 7 ਹੋਰ ਸਪੀਕਰ ਹੋਣਗੇ, ਅਤੇ ਮਕਸਦ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਔਰਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਪਾਵਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਏ ਵੱਖਰੇ ਵੱਖਰੇ ਇਸ਼ੂਜ਼ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ। ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਸਵਾਲ ਪੁੱਛੇ ਕਿ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੇ ਇਵੈਂਟਸ ਦੀ ਕੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਕ ਸਹੀ ਕਾਈਂਡ ਦਾ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਪਹੁੰਚਦਾ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਫੇਥ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਬਹੁਤ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਹੈ। ਜਿਸ ਵੀ ਧਰਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡੀ ਆਸਥਾ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। ਹਿੰਦੂ, ਮੁਸਲਮਾਨ, ਸਿੱਖ, ਈਸਾਈ ਸਭ ਜੋ ਹਨ ਇੱਥੇ ਇਸ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਮੁਲਕ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇੰਟੀਗ੍ਰੇਟ ਹੋਣ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ। ਬਜਾਏ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਸ਼ੱਕ ਕਰੀਏ, ਇੱਕ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਨਵੋਲਵ ਹੋਈਏ, ਇੰਟੀਗ੍ਰੇਟ ਹੋਈਏ, ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਆਏਗੀ ਤਾਂ ਉਸ ਨਾਲ ਡੈਫੀਨੇਟਲੀ ਹਾਰਮਨੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ ਹੋਏਗੀ। ਅੱਜ ਸਮਾਜ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਰਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਹਾਰਮਨੀ ਨੂੰ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ ਕਰੀਏ। 4 ਮਾਰਚ ਨੂੰ ਜੋ ਇਵੈਂਟ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਸਕਰੀਨ 'ਤੇ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਹੋਈ ਵੈਬਸਾਈਟ 'ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਟਿਕਟਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਪਾਰਟਿਸਿਪੇਸ਼ਨ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਹੋਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਇਨੀਸ਼ੀਏਟਿਵਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਡੇ ਆਫ ਦ ਵੂਮਨ ਮਨਾਉਣਾ ਹੈ, ਉਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡੀ ਸ਼ਿਰਕਤ ਵੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਹੋਏ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਬਾਕੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਪਤਾ ਚੱਲ ਸਕੇ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਿਲੀਵ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ।